Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Today, I'm going to be talking about reacting to problems. Specifically, I want to talk about our reaction time and 4 key principles that can help us deal with problems. This is not so much problem solving, but mentally accepting the fact that what we had planned is not going to take place and kind of setting the pace for that problem solving process. Starting things off, the first principles I want to talk about, the 4 of them are self-awareness, imagination, conscious, and free will. And our whole entire goal with all of these principles is to get a very slow reaction time. Now that's kind of weird for me to say because usually when you think of reaction time, you want the best reactions, you want the fast reactions, except in this case, when you have a problem, when you have a frustration, oftentimes the first reaction is going to be anger or really aggressiveness. However, these are negative emotions. These are really bad things to feel. We don't want to experience this. We experience it because it's necessary, because it is frustration. It is something different than we had intended or planned. But if we can kind of stretch out that reaction time, if we can take in the situation, look at all the little aspects of it, and then react, that is going to improve our quality of life and improve our happiness level, I'm gonna say. And these 4 principles help out with that. Self-awareness, being aware of where you are mentally, emotionally, all that sort of stuff. When you hear something, when you hear some frustration that you have, knowing that it is probably not the best for you and to like walk away from that situation, or knowing that, you know, it really doesn't affect you, whatever the case may be, and being able to step up and step towards that problem solving step. And that's where your imagination comes into, that kind of problem solving process. You can come up with ways you can deal with this situation in very creative ways. Us humans are very, very imaginative compared to, I want to say, other species of animals. There is a lot of our survival. I guess if you want to look at a survival of the fittest, the reason we are survived so long is not because we have claws or we have vicious attack, but it's because of our brain. It's because of our imagination. It's our ability to problem solve without using our own physical bodies, and that can be translated into kind of more first world problems. And when I say problems, I mean, you know, it could be anything from something really small like, oh, this guy cut you off in traffic, to a little bit bigger like, oh, your car broke down or you got a ticket on the way to work, all the way up to the really, really heavy stuff like your family members died, or, you know, I want to say like your significant other broke up with you. I struggle to say that because I have problems with this myself, actually acting this out and doing it myself. So it's something that I'm personally working on, but I thought I would share it with you guys. The third principle is a conscience, having a moral compass, if you will, knowing what your decision or how your reaction should be like, what your reaction you desire it to be like. Now, there was an interesting take on that moral compass idea. When you think about it, when you really think about what a compass does, it points you in a general direction. It's not a map. It's not, you're here, now go here. It's go that direction. You can go north. You don't know exactly where you're going, but you know the general direction, which is what the conscience, self-conscience is, kind of. You know kind of what you want to do. You know some good morals here. You know what you don't want to be. You know what you don't want to do. So you're trying to head towards that positive side, even if you don't know exactly what the best decision is. You know what a good decision is, and you head that way. I thought that was an interesting take on the moral compass. And finally, the 4th principle is free will. This is kind of what I talked about last one of these videos I did, the ability to choose your own weather. You have the choice to control your own thoughts and reactions. It is incredibly difficult to do. Do not get me wrong. I'm not sitting here on a pedestal saying, oh, this is all you need to do. All you need to do is just choose this. Why aren't you choosing this? It's easy. No, it's definitely incredibly difficult, and that free will is a huge example of that. The free will part of just life in general is very, very difficult to deal with, because what your moral compass says, what your imagination can come up with, and what everything in your mind, your self-awareness, all these key principles, what you have down can be completely different for somebody else. And because of that, you can make a different choice based off of your free will. And I can go on a whole tangent about freedom and what it means, and how we should allow some things, how we shouldn't allow some things, you know, and living in America, this free country, quote unquote, it's a huge debate. But knowing that you do have the option to choose what you think and react like is really, really eye-opening. And all of this, like I said, is designed to help us react slower, in a sense. We have that first natural reaction, like I said. I will give a personal example, because I am incredibly terrible when it comes to this sort of stuff. When I am recording, when I am playing something, especially Call of Duty, when you're, I guess I'll relate it to that. When I'm on a huge streak and then I die, I don't react well. I quit, I'm done, and I'm super, super frustrated. And that's the natural reaction. It's not uncommon. It's not normal, you know, it's not bad, but it is bad in a sense. It's not healthy. It is not good. When I am recording and a loud noise occurs from my dogs or from, you know, somebody getting home, I will automatically get upset, frustrated. And for some people, it's when you're stuck in traffic and that one guy just passes you. You're going 5 over, he still passes you, he cuts in front of you, and then he goes slower, and you're like, what? I don't understand why he just did that. And some people can just get super, super angry and hate-filled because of that small little action. Personally, I don't really get mad while driving at all. Driving's driving. You just gotta, like, you're gonna get there eventually, man. But when we do have those instances where we react so harshly, 5-10 minutes later, who really cares? Like, that issue, that problem, at least for those really small examples I just gave you, aren't really a factor. You know, they really don't matter. So why react in such a harsh way? I know for me, I tend to do that a lot. I have a plan. I have a schedule. I am trying to put out 2 videos for you beautiful people in one day while working a part-time job, mostly working nights. So I'm trying to wake up early. I'm trying to get as much done as I possibly can. And when something or somebody stops me from recording, stops me from making progress on what I have in mind for my goal that day, I can sweat the small stuff. You know that saying, don't sweat the small stuff? I can do that super easily. I mean, every little thing, if every little thing doesn't go perfectly, my whole entire day can be ruined. And I look back on that day, I'm like, nothing really bad happened. Like, everything I wanted to get accomplished still got accomplished, just not as easily as I would have liked to. And I look back and I think, man, that day could have been a whole lot better if I just didn't react so harshly so quickly. And of course I talk about the small things and all that, but it can be we can talk about the bigger things in life. We can talk about the more major events, like your brother or sister, I don't know, you find out they're doing or dealing drugs and how you react to that. There's a whole other level to this sort of stuff, which I can't talk about. I really can't, because I have no good practice for this. I did want to share it with you guys, but the reason it's been so long for me to make this video is because I don't have it down yet. I am not good at this at all, but I know for a fact that it does improve our quality of life, and I just had to share it because I think you beautiful people could listen to it as well, and hopefully maybe you guys can get it implemented into your life a little bit better. Think about the reaction, think about the situation, think about your self-awareness, what your moral compass wants you to do. Know that you can have your own free choice in this. You don't have to be a bunch of chemical reactions just reacting to a certain situation. You have the ability to control your reactions, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you guys seem to enjoy the last one about choosing your own weather, so hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully my point was clear. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next absolutely beautiful morning, I will catch up with you guys later. And as always, I hope you have a great day.